how to figure out these buy and sell orders. There's actually it's a simple method. It's nothing special. It's all about support and resistance. Now, every single time you're seeing the gap in the market, when the market opens on Sunday, you know, when you get big ones, you know, when it's minor news that's caused it, it's really nothing worth trading. But you know, for example, last weekend on Sunday when the market opened, we saw this, which is roughly say the market was here when it closed, and when it opened it was here. So we're looking at 190 pips roughly on what's this, euro USD. Now, you want to know before you start putting in your stop and sell orders, okay, the impact that this is that this type of news can have. Now, we clearly know it's the French elections, and one thing we know, it's that it's very high impact. It's higher than high impact. Really only because of this person, the person who's running second as the candidate, or in second position going into the finals, their policies, and they're becoming very famous. Now, we are hoping, even with the current running trades, that is it a lady by the name of Le Pen, who's got very controversial views, especially regarding the euro and how you know, about the longevity of it. She doesn't want to have any part of it, so we know it's going to affect the euro. But regardless, just in case, and because there's that many people wanting to trade this, just in case it goes the other way, if it does go the other way, it's also going to move very strong, because the other person is pro-euro, who's the second running candidate. So what we want to do is, number one, okay, figure out on high impact news when the market opens with a gap, is what positions or the likely position areas that the price movement could end up in. And one of the things, you know, when we look at support resistance, we're always, you know, when we're on current, like for example, if we're in this area here, we want to get the most out. When we're in this area here, just normal analysis I'm talking about now, we want to get the most out of this trade. Okay, so we can see it's been ranging from this resistance here to this support here. So we would normally, obviously alongside other indicators, we would buy the market, and we would hope to come and hit this level, because it's come to this level 3 times before. Just like that, on gap trading, you need to predict, looking at past. Someone needs to really stop writing on the screen, because that what we've got on the screen is, it's, you know.
Do me a favor, reshare it. Yeah, reshare it. And what's it called? You can stop the annotations. I'm going to give you the host key and put it on settings and do stop annotations. Yeah, 1 second. Make host. There, I made you host. Okay.
Okay.
Now do stop annotations. Yeah. So I should have done that at the beginning when I set the.
I've already disabled it. Okay, I've disabled it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, try and understand this, guys. You know, market, even gaps, just because it's high impact news, it doesn't mean it's going to shoot up into the sky or sink into the ocean. It too will have to follow support and resistance. News only accelerates, obviously, in whatever direction it's going to be going, but it accelerates the movement. That's all it does. Now, I'll give you an example here. Is market closed here, okay? When we opened, it went literally 190 pips. Can you see this bearish candle here? It went to this bearish candle here, which is resistance. And we know it's a very strong resistance because we've had 1, 2, 3 is a confirmed trend line. We've had 4 hits. So we've had 3 previous hits, 4. Now, how to trade this one, okay? This is how I would do it, okay? First of all, I know where I am, okay, which is this blue line here. And I'm going to be plotting, no trend lines for now. I'm just going to be plotting areas of interest. Now, what is areas of interest? Places where we happen to see prices change direction, i.e. breakouts, reversals, bounces, things like that. So I'm just going to mark a few out. Why I could have done this beforehand, but I wanted to show you how to do it. Now, this blue line here, to me, this is very, very important. As you can see, whenever price, every single time price has become, or a lot of the times, the price here is 1.09429. Every single time the price comes to this level here, you'll notice one thing is, just 1 second. it's an area of interest. Previously we've had a fake breakout, but before the fake breakout, if you look, we've had tests. We've had tests. We've had a test. If you look at this, we've had a fake breakout, then it's gone back in, tested, bounced off here. Can you see here? Breakout. So we've had a breakout, test, bounce. Can you see? So this area tells me that price tends to do things, or whenever the price is, whenever the price is 1.09336 in that region, is when I need to start paying attention to the screen, or at least Euro USD. And what I would do here now, I'm going to plot other support resistances, okay? So just literally no trend lines for now, just straight lines, okay? Trend lines actually meant to come second, okay? So let me just clear that out. Then you'll understand what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I've got support line here, okay? I'm going to mark out other areas of interest. As you can see, I can clearly see price in this region. We've had breakout, bounce, okay? Can you see that? Then we've had a breakout above the line and it's come back down to bounce and then it's gone up. Does that make sense? So these are areas of interest I'm going to mark out. I'm going to give this another area of interest because when the price action moved up to this area, remember, it's all a bunch of checkpoints that prices go through, and they'll go through them in certain ways. You just need to mark the checkpoints out. And those lines that you see there in a lot of time frames, or maybe even on this time frame, there'll be a fib level, or there'll be multiple fib levels in there. So I'm marking out another level here. I'll just do another one. I'm not going to go too many, maybe one or two more levels where price tends to do certain things. Now, where it is now, can you see? Here, I'm going to say, look at why I've marked this one out, is look at this. Price was trending above this line. Can you see it when it broke out above? Trending above, trending above. In this area here, it went down to this level. Can you see? I've put no fibs on it. I've only looked for levels for now. When it bounced back up, it tested the bottom of this blue line. Now it's ranging underneath until it broke up, tested back down, back up, ranging above it. Now it broke through, came back down, it tested above from underneath it. This is called a break and bounce, okay? So just for now, okay, now, if the market, my target would be if the market as high impact news as this, again, remember guys, I could be wrong because I'm looking at a daily time frame. As high impact news as it is, I would, if it goes positive for the euro, remember, I can't predict what the elections are going to be. I'm only going to tell you if it's positive for the euro, roughly where the price action will end up, okay? Remember, you don't want to put your buy orders right next to where the price is going to end up. You're going to end up with pennies and chips. You want to be in the best possible position as possible. So I'm going to be guessing that if the price does shoot up, okay, if it's positive for the euro, wait there, what am I doing? 2 seconds. Okay, I think I've just put an extra line on there by mistake, have I? Okay, it's this one. Okay, so if it is positive for the euro, I would be expecting price to either say there's nothing significant really past this level. So I would say roughly to another level, which would be, I would expect the price, okay, hope the price, if it's bullish, to be going up. Maybe not that high because it's not, that's about, we'll give it 100 pips, okay? So 100 pips is roughly this region, and I can clearly see there's another support level. In fact, no, we'll just give it this actually. So I'm expecting the gap, okay, to be roughly 100 pips, which if I take this line that I've got here slightly up, it makes sense. This is about 100 pips. So now, where do I put my buy order if I am to catch most of that 100 pips, okay? Remember, if it goes any further than that, it's a bonus. But we have to speculate only for now if it goes bullish, where it's going to end up. Based on that, we're going to place buy orders. So now I'm going to move on to a smaller time frame and see, look for support resistances on a smaller time frame. So as we can see here, okay, we're hoping for the price action to go these 100 pips here, say up to this blue line, maybe even higher actually, but I'm just going to say for argument's sake now, this is one resistance line I've picked for a bullish move. Now I would want to, one little small issue that we've got as well before, while I give you this, okay, before you just put any buy and sell orders is, you know, we've got Friday left still to go. That's the only issue. So, you know, it depends on where the market moves. What we'll do, I'm only going to show you now, but we'll put the signal out maybe, or I'll discuss it with Shaf, and he can tell you what to do. But for example, today was Friday. We would go. I would clearly, just before Friday, if the price movement was here, I would straight away place an order in this level here. So I can see, say it's 8:30, markets are about to close, it's here. And we can clearly see, can you see a breakout here? So this here, can you see these wicks? Don't forget, wicks on a smaller time frame, it's a candle. It's a closing candle or it's an opening candle. So on a smaller time frame, this is a candle. Can you see? And it'll correspond with this bearish candle here. It'll also correspond with this breakout and bounce off there. So if I had a line here, okay, try and understand the point I'm trying to make. It's all breakouts and bounces where prices will always go to. Okay, now price is broken out on a smaller time frame. This is very significant to me. We can also see a couple of tests, and now price broke under this, and now can we see tests? I am actually expecting the Euro USD to drop, but anyways, that's another story altogether. So this is where I would class as a very significant area. And I would put my buy order right here in this zone, which the price is, okay, say it was Friday 8:30, literally here, which is $15 pips from closing price. Sorry, 15 pips above. So if the, you know, because it's high impact news, we're expecting roughly around about 100 pips. So all I would miss is the first 100, the first 15 pips. So that's that. So if I give you the figure, actually there's no point giving you the figure, but I've got it marked out anyways. Now, if I'm expecting a bearish move now, okay, again, I'm just going to quickly go back to the daily. This is what we want to be looking for. We can see resistant lines here, yeah? We can see resistance, we can see resistance, resistance, resistance. Now I'm going to draw trend lines because there's more movement happening below where the price action is. I want to draw trend lines and see the possibilities of where it could be ending up. Oh yeah, and another reason why I would be targeting this area here, these 100 pips, is because for this news to take it past, it has to be something like very big for it to take it past anything else. Because if you look here, can you see we've got a major support, okay, look at this, for example, there. So we've got two trend lines meeting in one area. We've also got a support resistance line, past support, becoming future resistance. This is like a major line. These 100 pips in between this area here, it's going to take, I don't know, Maggie Thatcher to come back from her grave to take the price movement past that. That's what I reckon anyways. Oh, sorry, she's not even dead, is she? Hold on, what am I talking about? But anyways, you get what I mean. But yeah, so if it is bearish, or if it is bullish, target in this region here. Don't expect it like to be crashing any higher. But even if you did put 15, 30 pip a buy order, let the market go to wherever it wants to go. You're going to be catching all those pips. Now we're looking at sells, okay? If the news is bearish, again, I've got another support resistance lines. Try and connect them to support resistance as well as, to support resistant lines. You know, those horizontal lines that I've put on. always try and connect the price action to them as well. You'll get a very strong indication of possible areas of strong support resistance and things like that. Now, here we can see, can you see this blue line that I've got? Oops. Can you see this blue line that I've got, okay? Here we can see this is very significant. Here we are very clear this is very significant, because what have we had here in the past? We need to examine it, okay? In the past, we've had one support area being formed, two supports, and if you look carefully, we've got three supports, and can you see a bull flag here, which is two candles down and then up where the market stopped. Now, why I say it went up and why I call this a support, because on a smaller time frame, it is actually a support, sorry, not a support, resistance. Because can you see the candle? It didn't go through, it actually closed beneath. Even though it was a Friday when it closed, it still closed beneath the line. Does that make sense? Even though the market gapped up the following day, it still closed beneath the line, and we still had a wick up to the blue line. So we've had four resistance points on this one line. So it's very, very significant, okay? So say again, we're targeting 100 pips down, okay? So this is 50 pips. I think down, the sentiment is down because it's at its top. So even if, say if now, to me, okay, if the news, because a lot of it, price action, don't forget, moves on sentiment as well. Now, if the price action, I'm expecting bearish, I'll be expecting a bigger bearish move, because how many people, remember, you got to remember, you know, the laws of buy and sell, which is people like to buy something in this area, okay? And they like to sell it when prices are high. Let's call this cans of Coke, okay? Now, don't think I'm giving you a stupid example. I'm giving you like this so you actually understand, you know, the basics of business is happening here. Now, for example, you bought 1 million cans of pop in this region, 1 million cans of Coca-Cola. The price has gone up, the price has gone up, the price has gone up. You decided not to sell. Few people, can you see the bearish candle? Decided to sell. But a few people held on thinking the price is going to rise. Now, why would people sell here? Because, you know, when you come out of the market, you don't actually just come out with your money. Say, for example, Euro USD. You've come out of the market. You've actually had to sell your USDs to come out of the market. So you're selling something as you're coming out, bringing the prices down. Does that make sense? Sorry, not the euro. What am I talking about? The euro. But you're actually selling something as you're leaving the market, and this brings the price down. The sentiment here is, right now, currently the price action has got at the top, okay? Now, understand the point I'm making. The price action has already got to the top where people will be looking to sell their positions, basically cashing on their profits. Not only that, the sentiment of the news, if it's bearish, we've got two factors playing against it. So if it's bullish, we've got one thing going for it. If it's bearish, we've got two factors going for it as well, which is one is news and one is prices are already as high as they have been for a very long time. If I'm the person who's holding on to these cans of Coke, I don't think they're going to be rising any higher. So this is why we're going to see liquidation. Now, on a sell, I would be expecting roughly, say, 100 to 150 pips would be my target. So all I would place is, I would check out 150 pips, which is, say, this support resistance here. Now, this support resistance here is on a smaller time frame. Can you see why I picked this out? Breakout, bounce, continuation. Then we had a breakout, bounce, even though it went up, didn't come down, but we still had a bounce. We had tests. So I would target this line here. If I'm going to target this line here, I'm targeting slightly more than 100 pips because it's bearish. I want to go on a smaller time frame. And I want to be looking, I want to be looking where to place my sell orders, okay? Possible areas, because the last thing I want it to do is just move a few pips and then bounce back. So I would go, say the price action is here. There are other indicators I would be putting on this. In fact, let me put it on for you. For example, a Bollinger Band, I would want to see where I am on the Bollinger Band as well. This is telling me there's plenty of room. We've also got a Bollinger Squeeze taking place. So I'm going to say roughly just below, because last thing you want to do is while the market's closed, the price triggers your entry as well. So let's say another 15 pips, 20 pips. Yeah, 15, 20 pips, just below this Bollinger line. I'm not expecting the price action to hit the Bollinger line while the markets are closed because there's no movement going on. So say 15 pips, I would target this area here. Whoops. I would target this area here and expect to catch 150 pips, or the best part of 150 pips, up to this line here. So we're missing out, say 30, 40. So on the upper side, we're catching less pips. On the bottom side, we're catching more pips. Okay, so that's that. And I think Shaf wanted to ask me to do another one. Okay, now let me just clear this one out. 2 seconds, guys. Remove drawing now. This is for Euro USD. Now, I'm going to go straight because I think we'll spend too much time here. I'm going to go straight to the devil, okay? The devil himself.
That's love child, EuroCAD.
No, you can't say stuff like that. You can't say stuff like that, man. Come on.
It was a joke.
Okay. Right now, we're going to go look at EuroCAD. Oh my goodness, when I see that, somebody showed me this, back in whenever it was, my goodness me, and I didn't believe them. My goodness me. But anyways, again, we're going to start plotting lines. We want to find, it's as simple as that. Remember how I explained, price action, no matter what any trader in the world says, well, I'm sure he'll say the same as what I'm saying, is that it follows support resistance, certain checkpoints in the market, and you'll see it's like they just form themselves at these areas. And I'll start here. So I'm just gonna literally, and remember, the strategy that we're doing, yeah? You can actually do this in your normal analysis when you're placing trades and things like that. Start off with this strategy. This will also establish you a few things. Are we looking at a bearish trend, bullish trend, sideways market, things like that? It gives you a very, very, very big advantage when you're placing trades. So I would find support. I would find this. I'm going to say significant because we've had one. I know it's miles away, but I'm just working my way up. Okay. This is significant. And by the way, guys, if you're thinking that the price action is here, so why is this idiot marking lines down here? It's actually very important that you do that as well, even on normal analysis. Okay, so why I've picked this zone, we've had a bounce, even though we've had a breakout. Price came down here, bounce, test, test, test. Can you see? So it's very, very important, this area here. Price ranged in this area, so this is very important. Past support, future resistance. And I'm going to find another one, which is, I could say, yes, I could say that, but on a smaller time frame, it would be more clear. I'm going to give this one, I'm going to give this one another one, okay? And why I've given you this one is, see, right in front of us, we can clearly see test, 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 breakout, bounce, test, test, this blue line. So it qualifies. We can see a support, and we can see this inverted hammer as testing this line as well before the market closed on Friday. Sorry, the day before, which would have been a Thursday. So I'm going to say that's quite significant. Now I'm going to find the higher levels, which is, I'm going to say this is quite significant. I'm going to give this quite significance, if I can highlight it. I'm going to give this a lot of significance. Can you see how I've gone through these candles here? That is actually quite legal. There's no law against it, because look at the breakouts. We talk about candles closing above. Here we have got candles closing above, but we've still got retests coming back inside, which is support, support, support. Can you see what I mean? So it qualifies. Also, the current price action is here as well. Okay. Now we're going to draw our trend lines. Okay, so I'm going to start. One good thing I learned, which was from Reza, which is he doesn't draw a line, you know, the trend line from.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. He doesn't. Okay, let me just put him on. Who's the host? Can you put him on mute? Faisal Riaz, can you put yourself on mute, please? Okay. And now one of the things I learned from Reza, like I was saying, okay, which is really, really good, which is here, he doesn't draw a trend line from the wicks, he draws it from the bodies, because the wicks do actually tell a story, but the body is what counts. Now another thing might come to mind is that on a smaller time frame, the wick is a candle, but we're looking at the daily, and on the daily it closed here, so we're going to draw lines from the daily and from the body. And from the body, you can connect wicks, okay? So as you can see straight away, we've got hits. So from the body, you can connect wicks. And from the wicks, you can connect wicks, but from the body, it's a better, I find it anyways, it's better, okay? So I know this chart inside out, so I'm just gonna quickly do it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you get my point. Now, here, whoops, what the hell? Okay, now here, we've got our main trend. I can't see the price ever coming down 500, 600, 800. I think this is about 1,000 pips, isn't it? I can't see the price coming down 1,000 pips because Le Pen gets elected or anything like that. But look at guys, we can clearly see, okay, a very, very, very strong support area. Sorry, resistance area. Last time when I done just before when I done Euro USD, one mistake I made is I didn't put fibs on. So here I'm just going to stick fibs on as another confirmation. Swing high, swing low. Can you see that? Can you see it's we've got the 50% retracement level, which is here. I'm going to give this like very, very, very strong significance. Okay. Now let's cover bullish first. Okay. For a bullish move, we're targeting 100 pips. Okay. With Euro CAD, the advantages we've got, I think we're right at the top. So if we're targeting a bullish move, I'm going to go on a smaller time frame now. And what I want to do, okay, I'm going to go on a smaller time frame now, target 100 pips, which is up, which is this line here, this blue line here. I would stick a buy order in this area here, literally 15 pips above. Be just before market closes, and target the support area, the resistance area. And bearish, remember, again, you've got two factors working for you. The price is very, very high. Anybody that's been buying at a 50% fib retracement level, which meets at a support resistance line, the horizontal one, and a trend line, will be liquidating his position. And we can see he's liquidating his position because we've had 3 days worth of testing in one area. Does that make sense? So a lot of people are liquidating their positions, and we're seeing a lot of consolidation taking place. This is a very, very good sign for a reversal. So I would target for bearish. If it's a bearish news, so you're going to have to add news and liquidation, which is 150 pips in this case. So 150. Say this support here, okay? Because can you see how this resistance meets support? I target this line, set your sell orders roughly in this region here, 15 pips below. Say just put it under the wick, so you've still got a lot of a movement for price movement while the market is closed. So even if the market hits down 1,000 pips, you would have triggered that buy sell entry and made yourself a lot of pips. So Yeah, that's it really. Shaf.